All right, good afternoon. Wait a minute. It's actually not afternoon. It's 10:50 in the morning on June 4th. And I just wanted to make a quick video, guys, to talk about signing in and reserving a spot for classes when we do get to open again. So when we reopen, we will be reopening in phase 2. And in phase 2, we are only allowed to have 5 people per class. So you'll notice the gym here is set up for more than 5 people because we're hoping that phase 2 is relatively temporary and that before long we'll be back to larger classes. But anywho, phase 2, 5 people. So I wanted to make a video to show and walk you guys through how to reserve a spot in class, how to cancel a spot if you realize you're not going to be able to make it, and some other little things that go along with that. So since 5 people is obviously not very many per class, these spots are quite valuable. So during phase 2, we again are going to require the reservation of a spot to class, and also there will be charges if you are a no-show or if you cancel late. Canceling late is going to be defined as canceling within 3 hours of a start time of a class. So if you happen to cancel within 3 hours of a start time, there will be a $5 late cancellation fee charged to your account. And same thing will happen if you do not show up to a class that you reserve a spot for. So it's going to be very important to make sure you guys get this app downloaded and understand how to use it. It's very simple to use indeed. Also, if all 5 spots are taken when you go in to reserve a spot, you can add yourself to a wait list, which is pretty cool. And on that wait list, if someone does cancel, that's why it's very important to make sure you cancel and there's enough time for someone else to be able to pick up a spot. It will notify you if you're the next person on that wait list that there's an open spot in the class you were interested in. All right, guys, so here we are. I'm going to share my phone screen here and walk you guys through the steps of class reservations in Wodify. All right, guys, here we are on my phone screen. So the app you're going to need for reservations is Wodify Athlete. You'll notice it right here on my screen. And that is the newer version of the Athlete app. So before, the app was like I think it was a black background, and that is the older app. So I highly recommend, if you don't have this new one downloaded, to download this new one and erase the old one off your phone. This new one works a lot better than the old one. Still is not without flaws, of course. So anyways, I'm going to click on this app. Oh, one quick side note. If you've never signed into the app and you don't know your Wodify sign-in information, I do not know it either. So you will need to go to wodify.com on a browser and go to forgot password, and they should be able to walk you through the steps. If you happen to have trouble figuring that out, let us know in the comments below or shoot us a private message, Emily or I, and we will do what we can to help you guys out. Okay, so I'm going to click on Wodify Athlete. It's going to open up here, and today is Thursday, June 4th, and so automatically it's going to show the workout of the day for the CrossFit classes. So you'll see the warm-up, the main Metcon there, and then the strength and accessory piece. If we had a lifestyle workout program for that day, it would also show up. I think it might show up at the bottom down here. Anywho, Barbell Club, we typically do not add the workouts in Wodify at this time, but you can still sign into Barbell Club just like any other class. And then a quick side note also is you cannot go backwards and sign in. I guess that won't be a problem anymore since you will be required to sign in ahead of time. But I know people asked about that in the past. So to sign in or reserve a spot for a class, there's 3 buttons down at the bottom of my screen there. You'll see the little weight on the left, and it's highlighted in purple. That's the workout page that we're on. The middle button is the calendar, and that's the one we're going to go to reserve our spot. And on the right, there's like a little person. I think that's what that is. And that's where you could go and change like payment settings, username, notification settings, all that good stuff, and look at past performance history. So I'm going to click on that calendar down there. It's going to open me up here in today's classes. schedule. And so the way it goes here is obviously if a class is passed, you cannot reserve a spot for it. So that's why all those first classes there are closed. However, I could reserve a spot right here in open gym. Our open gym now is going to be 10:30 to 12:30. And you will be required to reserve a spot for open gym, just like classes. So it's broken into 2 1-hour chunks. So you'll notice 10:30 to 11:30 right above it there is closed. But you could have signed up for that hour of open gym, or below from 11:30 to 12:30, you could sign up for that hour of open gym. On a side note, like let's say you signed into the 10:30 open gym and no one has reserved a spot or shows up for the 11:30, you could obviously stay longer and continue to enjoy your exercising and all that good stuff. And everyone will be able to see the screen of how many spots are reserved. So you might see ahead of time that like only one spot is reserved. So you could take the risk of thinking that maybe it wouldn't fill up if you had some extra work you want to do at the end of your main work for that open gym time. And then you'll notice down below we have 4:30 CrossFit, 5:45 Lifestyle, and 6:45 CrossFit. So let's say I want to go to the 4:30 CrossFit class. I just click reserve, and it's that easy. So my spot is now reserved. And you'll notice the button changed from reserved to sign in. So reserved is the minimal thing you need to do to ensure that you have a spot. Sign in is what you will need to do also to confirm that you came to class. So this is very important because if you do not hit that sign in button once you're at class or within the hour the class is operating in, it will say that you were a no-show and there will be that $5 no-show charge. Also, you have to hit sign in to be able to add your results for the workout. So if I hit sign in here, it's going to switch to add results, and then I could click on that, and here we go. I could click on the first piece there. It says home WOD number 67, add my results for that, and then I could do the same thing for the strength part right below. If I realize I have an appointment coming up and I'm not going to be able to make it to class, I want to make sure I cancel so that if there's a wait list or open up a spot for another person, I just click on where it says 4:30 p.m. CrossFit, and it pulls up this page here, and then right at the bottom you'll see cancel sign in. So I'll just hit cancel, and it's that easy. So I could go back, and now you'll notice all the spots are open again, and that's all we need to do. Same thing for Lifestyle right there. We don't have Barbell Club on Thursdays in the schedule, so it's not going to show up. But if I click the right arrow here to Friday, June 5th, if I go down, it shows Barbell Club right there, and I could reserve as well. And with Barbell Club, it's a 2-hour block, and we're going to just leave it as a 2-hour block, at least in the beginning, and see how it goes. Because Barbell Club programming does take a significant amount of time to work through, at least in my experience, and I think in other people's experience. It's about at least a 75-minute to 90-minute session. So we're only going to be able to have 5 people at Barbell Club at a time for a while until we are able to go to phase 3 where we might be able to have more people in our gym. Okay, guys, I think that's it. If you have questions, please just shoot us a message or comment below in the description of this video, and we are happy to help. And we can't wait to see you guys and be back getting our fitness on. All right, peace out, Reticent Rascals.